Hey folks, had a couple of questions already on the website and on Facebook. Thank you very, very much. Two questions were similar, one from Sean and one from George. Both talked about fire protection and sort of my thoughts on that. A little bit of background first. I was actually a counselor when we were faced with the decision to switch fire services back in December of 2014. And I wrote a bit of a rant in Facebook in January of 2015 about the circumstances we were faced with and the decision I made and why I made it. So what I'll do is I'm going to repost that under this, so that'll give you a little bit of background of information about, sort of the situation we were faced with. Going forward, would I do anything with the existing fire services? No. I think the services provided by the Upper Kingsclear Fire Department is phenomenal. I believe that they have the equipment, and I believe that they have the people power, and I believe that they have the passion to do it. A little bit of background as well. Chief Krause presents to council, not every meeting, but a fair number of meetings, and he tells us about the incidents that happened beforehand. And one of the questions I almost ask him every time is about response time. Because I know that was one of the concerns about people when we switched from the city of Fredericton to Upper Kingsclear was response time. And I've been assured, and I do feel confident in saying that the response times are perfectly reasonable. They are where they should be. I don't know if there's an industry average, but I'm very comfortable with where they are. And I'm also very comfortable with the firefighters. I've met several of them personally, and they're wonderful folks. They know what they're doing. A firefighter can't just step in off the street and be declared a firefighter. They have to go the same training, whether or not they are paid full-time or whether or not they're volunteer. So our firefighters have the expertise to get the job done and to keep our families safe and our buildings safe. As for equipment, I know there's some concern about, well, we don't have a ladder truck. That's right, Upper Kingsclear does not have a ladder truck. But one of our backup is Ormukto Fire Department, and they have a ladder truck. So I believe, based on that we are properly protected. If anything, I want to grow fire protection services, and that means building a fire hall in Hanwell, and that means also one step further, hiring a full-time fire chief, and maybe even have that full-time fire chief act as a fire inspector to make sure that any new buildings that are being built are properly to code with respect to fire protection, both residential buildings and commercial buildings. Do I feel safe? Absolutely. Don't forget, I live in Hanwell. I've got 2 young kids. I wouldn't have made the decision I made back in December of 2014 to change fire if I thought in any way that was going to jeopardize not only my family, again I live here in Ward 3, but also my friends and neighbors, because friends and neighbors in Hanwell, because it's such a tight community, they very quickly become extended families. So that's the decision I made back then. I still stand by it. And I'm perfectly comfortable with fire protection now, and if anything, we're gonna grow it and make it even better. So I hope that answers that question. Thanks for answering it.